It's difficult to start a video. I was thinking I'll light my cigarette and then just start talking about whatever. Do a funny intro, but I don't know what words to use. I'm in a weird state of mind and I'm just gonna talk to the camera. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, but if I do, it's going to be a little talk while I smoke a cigarette about some negative feelings and some positive things as well. The last time I did this, it was met with positivity, and I got some feedback, and some friends reached out, like, hey, that was comfy to listen to. So I thought, fuck it. I'll do it again. One of my ambitions was to start something like a podcast. Currently, I'm too busy to invite people to talk to humans for hours. Um, Stress from different factors are weighing onto my brain, and I'm lonely. And I guess that's where I've been wanting to talk about the most, because it's the hardest to talk to about with someone. Loneliness is weird. It's uncomfortable. Um, and everything you have to do to get out of it feels counterintuitive. When you're lonely and you have to fight that by reaching out to friends that you don't want to really speak to because you're in a different mindset, and maybe I've been thinking like this, like, I'm afraid that I cannot handle their positivity, or that they'll try to give me the wrong advice and I'll suffer from it. Say a friend gives the wrong advice, and well, in my mind I go, well, that's not really what I was looking for. Maybe I won't go to you again next time to find my positivity, to fight a little bit of loneliness, and to socialize. I'm not sure, there's probably a flaw in that way of thinking, but I can't find it at the moment. Of course, you have to, like, kind of search for the positivity, the light in that, which is, it doesn't have to be a deep conversation or discussing loneliness. You can just socialize and have fun with an activity or something. But it's hard to find the motivation for such an activity. I lied to my coworkers in the beginning of the week. I said I was going to Germany for a weekend with friends, and that was the original planning, but I canceled it at the last moment because I was feeling depressed. I didn't want to be a burden to my friends who were going to drive to Germany and have a fun time together. If I was going to be sad and moody all the time while we were there, I didn't want to put that on them when, like, slow them down in whatever they wanted to do. I saw in a group chat that they were discussing plans to go on a big zip line and a nearby bar, and I was already getting tired just hearing those things. So sadly, I I was honest with them, and I said that I wasn't feeling up to it, and they said that's fine. I told them to keep the money that I paid for the house and all the expenses. Small price to pay for a piece of rest. But my mother also said about that maybe it was a good idea to go to battle some of this antisocial behavior and get out of the lonely, depressed state. Yesterday, I really did nothing, and it made me feel horrible. I played Counter Strike for 14 hours, I think. And at the end, it was fun because some of my online buddies got on and we had a good time just playing. But it was also the first time in months I sank some of my emotions into drugs, into alcohol. I'm 3 months clean off marijuana, so that's going well. I have to keep that in mind as well, that I had a drug addiction and I'm off it now. And I was also really careful with alcohol. But yeah, yesterday I just had a couple of drinks and stopped caring, which was good. Like, obviously, it's a coping mechanism because I'm pulling myself out of the physical world and putting my brain into the digital one. And then just drinking alcohol to forget about anything that's going on around me. Can't do that too much. Can only do that certain nights. But I got out some of the feelings that I wanted to get out yesterday. I still feel bad. I'm wasting my time, it feels like. Stagnation is the death of the soul, is something I frequently say, and I'm stagnating. It I'm also, well, currently, like, I'm in a weird transition state. I'm very close to moving out of my house, of my home, where I live with my brother, and living my own life. That's going to take a couple of months, but it has some pitfalls, and I'm afraid of them too. I applied to a university in Tokyo, and I submitted my application to it yesterday, and it's going to take a couple of months. I'll for them to review me, and then I'll hear the results in January. So, first of all, that got me into a stressful period after already like a stressful period. From April to now, I've been battling a panic disorder that I developed when I experienced a lot of stress at work, um, which is it's also the reason that I had to quit weed. Every time I smoked marijuana, my feelings and emotions would just spike and the panic would become uncontrollable. In the first couple of weeks when this happened, I had a very, very scary set of experiences that got me into this, and I've become very antisocial since. I'm running away from activities. I'm scared to go to work and prefer to work at home. And I'm not sure if this is an impact on my mental state from the COVID times where I was only at home, but it's become difficult, and I'm really afraid of integrating into a society again. I'm really trying to take it step by step, but it becomes too much very quickly. Mm, at work, my colleagues are people that, and this is a contrast to my other job. I used to work in a toy factory where everybody was a little bit more than colleagues, acquaintances, and we would go party sometimes and have fun. I would speak to them about things, and some of them I consider friends. At my current job, that's not the case. They are all colleagues. They are there to work, and I should probably get into that mindset too. But it's a contrast from the other job, and it's making it difficult for me to function well. Um, it feels like I've lost a lot of friends over the past half a year. I had a good experience in Sweden where I went for a week to play Mario, and I made a lot of friends there. But then when you stop seeing them physically, and also lately there's been some drama about it, and yeah, it's just a stupid situation that's making me uncomfortable. A couple of them I've had to cut out. So the loneliness is creeping back into my system, and I am unsure where it's gonna go. I'm trying my best to keep my head above water, but I am in fear of drowning very soon, and I'm not sure where that's gonna lead either. If I fall back into a deep depressive state, like I'm recognizing that it's going to go one of two ways soon. It's going to go horribly bad, or it's going to continue like this, and I make it through the winter until things start to live again and I can continue planning for what I want to do, which is live in another country and experience my own life instead of the one life that is made. It is a position I'm in, a cog in a system, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable. It is limiting me. It's limiting me because I'm forced to turn with the cogs around me, and I want to break that. I don't want to turn by myself, just in motion. I want to experience, and I want to regain some self-respect. Those are a couple of goals I have. So I am setting goals. I'm trying to look at the future, and any out or anything that is on that future path that looks nice, I'm trying to live towards it. But currently, there's just nothing on that path. There's a couple of things, like I said, but they are so far away that I'm struggling to see myself function in the next couple of months. If this goes on. Another thing is I'm unsure if the way I am living, the way I treat humans, and the way I accept some of the things that come to me is the right way to live. I generally approach things out of kindness, and I don't look for any ulterior motive or negative influence that could come if I interact or communicate with another person or another function, I guess, variable. I'm not sure if that is the right way to go about things. Maybe I should be more skeptical. That way people aren't so easily, people won't walk over me as easily. I do still feel that coming from an angle, coming from a position of kindness is the good thing to do. I think it shows strength, and I want to cling on to it. I want to keep doing it because it has also brought me a lot of beautiful things that other people who might have been more skeptical could not have found if they approached the same situation. So I think I'm going to keep living by it, but sometimes it hurts a fuckload when people take advantage of me, the way I act. And then I start to, think and overthink, like, am I too kind? Should I not be? Like, there's the fucking nice guy meme, right? Who's people think of me that I'm only trying to get in bed with someone, or like looking for any interaction that is not my honest intention, like an ulterior motive. They always think I have one. I don't. I'm just a kind person, and you're making me doubt that my kindness is something that is a good thing. Which is fucked, man. Grow up, please, and like fucking become an adult. We're not children on a playground going, oh, he kicked the ball away from me, I'm not interacting with him anymore. Oh, he fucking took my Pokemon cards. Like, grow up, man. Be kind. It is really a position of strength to be kind. To anyone. And I don't mind you not wanting to interact with me because of the way I live. But then just tell me to my face, come and talk to me, say what's wrong and why you are thinking the way you are. Maybe there's a miscommunication and we can continue on the way we were. And if I said something wrong or out of context that you didn't appreciate, why is it that people are not honest about those things? Because it's making me so uncertain that what I'm doing is the right thing. It truly brings me sleepless nights. But yeah, I think I should keep going on, but I've been struggling. I'm getting more suicidal thoughts. Um, and I've, well, the panic isn't there anymore, really. I get waves of it when I sleep. Um, Sometimes I wake up in the night and my brain is going nuts from some stress or something that it doesn't turn off at night, and it just keeps going, echoing, and um, thoughts I have turn into screams. It's going from like sentences to very fast sentences, like thoughts you have with yourself. And then it becomes a different person and it starts screaming at me. I wake up from it in the night and I have nightmares. Uh, the reality starts to distort. I have hallucinations. It's like, it's not sleep paralysis, but it's also not like comfortable. My curtains start making weird shapes. I see geometry everywhere and I'm hearing voices. I'm not sure what's happening sometimes. When there's peaks of panic, I think I'm losing my mind, and I have heard that is common when you're dealing with a panic disorder. But it's also making me think about a lot of things. Like, what if I'm schizophrenic, or I start to develop another consciousness, another person in my head. It's not like I'm having command hallucinations, like them telling me what to do, but I'm unsure, and it's still a thing I'm struggling with. I don't know if socializing or talking to other people is going to be a solution to it. I should get over some fears and go to the places I used to enjoy, but they're far, and I don't want to sometimes. Positive things, I applied to the university and I'm hoping to go there. And I think that even if I don't get accepted to it, I'm still gonna go and see if I can get like a work visa or a, an extended tourist visa to live for a couple of months, and I'll just hotel hop and have fun in Japan. Like, I don't know. I don't want to live here anymore. It's not that I don't want to live, but not here. And when I don't see, uh, when I'm losing my sight on a good future plan, then it starts to become hard to live at all. And I don't know a solution. I'm looking at the world in a nihilistic and pessimistic way at the moment. War is scaring me, um, and I want to run from it. I am afraid of leaving my family behind in Europe because I don't know what's going to happen. Everybody tells me it won't escalate that far, but I'm thinking it will. If we learn from history, it should. There's a better chance that it ends in mutually assured destruction, and my country is on one of two sides of that assured destruction. Economy is fucking ass. I saved a lot of money and it's become almost 20% less valuable in the couple of months that um, the economic environment started to shift. So that's demotivating me. Yeah, that's demotivating me. And it's hard. Saving is hard. My salary has become less. My work is pretty stressful, and I'm dealing with a lot of issues. Um, Lately, I've been trying to find any distraction I can. I've met a wonderful person that I enjoy interacting with, and as of the moment that I'm writing this, I'm getting the silent treatment. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Maybe I did nothing wrong, um, because I know, like, they have their own life. Yeah, but it's making me overthink. I enjoy our interactions every time, and maybe I've clung too hard to that feeling, and I should fill that void with something else. But they're kind of like the only person I'm currently talking to. I think I've uh, I think I've sacrificed a lot in the last couple of months to keep that going, and I'm not sure if it's right. But I'm doing the right thing. Like, the things I gave up to get into the position that I'm in right now are not things that I would have rather wanted at the moment. They are things that I don't want to live with anymore, and I feel like I'm making steps, but I don't know if they're backwards or forwards. That's still uncertain. I'm going to have to live it and find out. So yeah, uncertainty is killing me, and it's one of the emotions that I'm currently battling the most next to loneliness. Uncertainty of anything, uncertainty of micro and macro, everything that's going on in my life, in my home, and everything that's going on in the world. It's all very uncertain, and sooner or later, I'm going to have to make a big leap that's going to be scary, and when I make it, I'm going to end up on the other side of something to find certainty again, um, and leave those uncertain things from being ghosts in my mind. They're going to have to be in the past. They have to be. Because living in uncertainty is a shit place to be in, and it keeps me from moving forward. I hate it. If I had some more certainty, I would have known that the thing I was doing was the right or the wrong thing. And then I could have based my decisions on that, and they would have been better overall. But I can't because I don't have those certainties. So it's gonna be fucked. Um, I might get a beautiful couple of years ahead. I might end up on the streets. That's kind of the extremes of most of the coming 4 years. I think that both of them are very possible, and I'm going to have to be wary and smart. Um, Keep my head rational and make the decisions as they come in the way that I know should put me on a decent path forward. And I'm going to try to do that. And there's no but to that. I'm going to try to do that. Even though I'm being held back by negative emotion, loneliness, fear, and uncertainty.